Hello everyone, my name is Mythrell and welcome to Torment, Titles Numenera, an RPG game from In Exile Studios, In Exile something. I already forget. Anyway, what is Torment, Tides of Numenera? It's a game made in spirit of the 90s, or I think it's 1999 maybe. A game called Planescape Torment. I'm fairly certain it was called that, which was often regarded as one of the best RPG games of its time, certainly, and even after its time. So it was kind of dark, kind of funny, and I never really played that. I tried it a couple years ago, but it was so outdated that I didn't just feel like playing it anymore. In any case, because of the reputation the game got, I instantly kickstarted Torment when it was announced on Kickstarter. I think 3-4 years ago, something like that, when the first Pillars of Eternity game came out, and this is made in the same engine, I believe, and you can expect the game to be a very Pillars of Eternity style. So if you play, the old game was made in the same engine than the old Baldur's Gate role-playing game, which is the top-down view. So those are one of my favorite games of all time. But I don't know much about this game. It's pretty much as blind as you can get. I just noticed that the email with the key came out kind of surprisingly to me, because I already almost had to forget about the whole game. Or the email didn't even actually have the key. It was just notification that the game is actually now out. So this came out a couple of days ago, I believe. And yeah, let's check it out, what it is about. Very Pillars of Eternity feeling so far. Let's stick to the mail. Your mind wakes in darkness. Oh.
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you. Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open. The body is... wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. Good muscles, strong but not bulky, and slim hips. Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much labor, but scars and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful. Why can't you remember this? Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on itself. The world is many kilometers below you.
Okay. Let's look at the horizon.
You are spinning too rapidly to get a good look. You can see a large landmass, a vast body of water directly below you, and scattered archipelagos. But the detail eludes you. A deep black night is above you, its nocturnal clarity disappearing as the haze of atmosphere envelops you.
I mean, I gotta say, I love this way they describe everything. Okay, let's try lying flat to stabilize the fall.
You spread your arms and legs, and they respond smoothly. A strange sensation, since you realize this body is new to you. The spinning and tumbling stops. The wind still howls past your new ears, a vast roar that deadens a part of your infant mind. Water springs unbidden to your eyes, the tears torn away by the wind. Through the haze of moisture, it is difficult to see, but if you focus your attention, you may be able to make out the details of the world.
focus on a look at the world.
But you can focus on it. You see that the large mass is clearly a gargantuan megacontinent. The only land of any size on this side of the world, at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot its enormity, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down across its surface. You are flying toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further north and east lies a broad plain, scattered with curious structures visible even from this height. The northeastern part of your vision is a perfectly circular desert, a blue dot containing a watery city in its exact center. To the west lies a ring of mountains, surmounted by enormous carven peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the ground. It's coming at you fast. Directly below you is a littered bay. You angle your arms and cup your hands, but the wind batters you and you lose control of your fall and begin to tumble again. You have no idea where you're aimed. A mass of colors surrounds you, and the sound of roaring wind diminishes noticeably, but it is not enough. And there is a sickening crack as you strike something, the howl of a sudden surge of energy, and then...
So yeah, I misclicked there, but whatever. I probably need to adjust the volume a bit. It's quiet even to me, so let's see how that works out. Okay. I gotta say that this looks like some kind of student project made in Unity. Right now, I'm not that impressed, to be honest. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow as it hungers for that light and needs to be filled, yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. So yeah, this is one of those games where they use stuff like that, because this is our original style RPGs, which is kind of like reading a book, really. And on that note, I might not play that much of this game, just giving a couple episodes probably on video at least. We'll see how it goes, but I think this will be just a quick look in. Okay, so I could use might. I'm assuming that this means that I will be using the might skill to carefully move the ball beneath the liquid. My might is 5 out of 5, which means something. I don't know what that means. Let's examine the ball first. You trace your fingers over the slippery overlapping scales that spiral up from the bottom of the ball. The sharp-toothed rim plucks at your skin. It's going to be tricky to move this ball without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Well, reflected light streaks across the surface of the bowl as another droplet falls from the ceiling. Carefully move the ball beneath the liquid. Tutorial. Effort. You encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools. Might, speed and intellect. Yeah, I kinda got that. That you can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. I mean, that's kinda too real, man. you kinda have to use the effort to use your intellect, speed and might to do anything in real life. To more easily move the ball in front of you. To more easily move the ball in front of you, use right click, left click. I mean, obviously I know the difference between right and left, right? Use left click to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry about if you fail this task. In Torment, failure often results in interesting outcomes. Yeah, that was true for the first game. That much I got to see of that. Okay, so this is probably something that gets filled at some point. So I could 100% it, but I think I will go for the 80. Because failing is fun, right? Oh, god damn it, I clicked too fast. No, I don't know what it exactly said, but I suppose it's fine. Drop by drop, the ball feels ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence, something stretches into the corners of the room. So yeah, I used one of the 2 points I put in there, so that's interesting. But I have to say, so far this game looks very, very old. They really didn't put that much effort on the whole UI sides, I suppose. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello, are you still alive down there? We're up here. Put a path for us, and be careful. Okay. So yeah, I expect this game to be played more at this level than all the zoomed in. First we need to adjust some volume settings, I feel. Let's put the music a little bit lower. Voice. Higher and sound effects. Something like that. Let's check this out. Huh. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. So we have a party inventory. Your inventory lets you view, equip and manage the items and equipment you find. It has a number of sections. The first is equipment, which contains any items equipped to the current character. Equipment includes melee and ranged weapons, shields, armor, ornaments such as rings and amulets, and bonded items. Huh. Your backpack contains the items being carried by the current character. You can equip, inspect, or transfer items from it, so it's basically a backpack. Quest items. The final section shows the ciphers you are carrying and your cipher limit. Ciphers shown in the inner rings are highlighted in blue and are safe to carry. Those on the outer ring, highlighted in orange, are over your cipher limit and inflict negative effects as long as you are carrying them. You can use, sell, discard, or transfer them to another party member to get back under your cipher limit. Okay, so that's something more interesting. So these games are kind of a mix of sci-fi and fantasy, I suppose. So they are very different from the Baldur's Gate or Pillars of Eternity thing, I suppose. But the UI is actually just as terrible as it was before in the old game. I gotta say, I'm not very excited about that. As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floats your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this weather, locked hell. A bubble of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. The mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. Yeah, these games are very weird. That much I got from the first game. The couple hours I played it. This is taking too long. Cast a spell and esoteric to fix the device yourself. If I can do that, why not? You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, revire it in, and show it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-bordered cells and the aquatic weaving areas. What you seek lies there. So yeah, it's like reading a book. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The gods won't be far behind. So yeah, this is the problem with this kind of very descriptive language, is I don't know half of these words what they mean. Like the coalesces. Nope. never heard that word before. Hopefully never will. Run, you can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. There's a device to stop them. Disable the sonar pulse. You focus on the cloudy base of the pedestal. Your fingers instinctively find the control panel for the javelin force field, almost as if you had put it in the first place. You remove it, casting it to the side, and you reach inside to deactivate the crystals that power both the pulse and the pedestal. As you remove them, a scaly hand falls on your shoulder. Your head whips around, and you see only the inky blackness of a piscine eye. Yup. The memory begins to fade, as if you were being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events which the orb have settled into that gap in your mind. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. I mean, this is just... I miss so much reading books. I haven't read good books in a long time. Okay, so this is kinda cool. But I gotta say, this really feels so much like the old game. It even begins in the same crazy manner. This mirror looks strange, as though what you see in it is real and you're the reflection. So yeah, it starts exactly like this game, and then you're kind of lost, I suppose. No sign of symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dual seal radiates from its bronze segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems to frozen into place. Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of this door. Someone made a great effort to get inside, to no avail. So you have this thing here. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. You self-aware humanoid machines Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found? Draw her attention to the hidden details your more experienced eye can clearly see. Use your charm to persuade her of her merits of the site and to remind her of the time constraints. Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. So this is the character creation. Basically, the way you answer to these questions defines your character, I believe. So, I suppose the hidden details. You set your eyes against the bright sun so that you can point out the thin bands radiating out from the metallic disc. How the energy from those bands affects the local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. See things deeply. It's geologically sound. Have you run the sounding samples and checked its strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your resonance scans. She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, louder in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use the Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's an effect of the metallic disc itself. Huh. I mean, mechanics faults. That's pretty much what I do for a living. Everything resolves into soft focus, and you see that the servitor's rear actuators are corrupted. You dig into the construct's back. It seems not to mind as long as you don't interfere with its task. Deftly, you reset the actuators and see energy spark into disused portions of the construct's brain. The construct resumes its work, and this time it listens when you speak to it. Acknowledged, it obediently trundles to the side of your nose shoulder. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, blocked by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memory's hurt. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift, one by one, on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you're doing, and it's hunting you. Okay. For a moment I thought we would go through one of these doors, but I suppose not. A vision of city springs up around you, your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion at the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, two of the attackers descended from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutally large, his weapon is a vibrating axe. The other is slim, seated in classy armor, and holding a hilt with sizzling, invisible blade. Your companion backs away, she's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by the parapet. Trade blows with the giant. You can handle it, for at least a strike or two. Duck under the giant's wing and attack before he can strike. Fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. I mean, that's the smart thing to do, so we're gonna do that. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve matter at the molecular level. Tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you are to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes roll behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin her around. The weapon slashes into the giant, and he topples, bisected. I mean, sure, why not? The immediate threat ended, you focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. I'm actually running out of breath, there's so much text. Hurl yourself against the door and knock them to the ground. Crack the door open to sneak past them. Charge through them, counting on your defenses to protect you. Huh. I mean, I suppose I will hurl myself against the door and knock them to the ground. You charge through the dim shadows, dropping your shoulder into the door at the last minute. It bursts open. Halfway through its arc, it crashes into the pair of enemy soldiers, scattering them. You race through the door, blade in hand, and you dispatch your stunned foes before they have a chance to move. Their bloody begins to pool in the hallway. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples drop with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you, like a bonfire of a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you, as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols. Daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets and more, but that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs, and the choices you made, shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you. An even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, and slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Point at the doppelganger, observing all the others. Step away from the mirror. I'm gonna point. Settling around the edge of the unruly crowd, the doppelganger cautions you to silence with a finger at its lips. Together, you scan the room and its inhabitants, noting every potential hazard and hearing every drip of strange liquid in the depths beneath your feet. Quietly, the doppelganger waits for your decision. Huh. So I suppose I could reset my progress here. Or my character, I suppose. Yes, that is who I am. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer all around it. Technology of several kinds from a myriad of past ages. You get the feeling you would be comfortable with all of it. The word nano sounds in your mind. Kind of description, observant. Okay. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out in the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds like a bell if bells could rot. Okay, something is coming. Restless one my pool. Boo! The mirror fades, leaving a dark, open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through. Character creation. Your choices in the memories and mirror have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. So we have Observant Nano. Concentration. Mitigates penalties for equipped bonded artifacts. Okay. Perception. Unlocks conversation options and minus plus 15% bonus per level on difficult tasks marked with this skill. Huh. Yeah, I don't know enough about the game to really know what's the point of this. Bonus to movement distance on each crisis turn. Don't know what the crisis turn is. Well, I think when game has this kind of character creation and where you kind of answer questions or pick your path, so to speak, I feel very reluctant to actually change it or reset it. So I'm gonna go with what I got. Nanos are sometimes called mages, wizards, sorcerers, or witches by the people of the Ninth World. Okay, so I'm gonna be wizard. Yeah. Okay. And my throat is already getting very, very sore. Character creation. Stat pools are the resources you use to apply effort or activate abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Claves tend to favor might and or speed, while nanos favor intellect. Jacks usually benefit from a balanced set of points. Huh. Intellect represents the character's mental prowess, willpower and personality. Every 2 points in intellect also increases willpower by 5%. Speed represents the character's dexterity and reaction times. Every 2 points in speed also increases evasion by 5%. Huh. Might represents the character's physical strength and resilience. Each point of might also increases health by 1. So I mean, basically I suppose I should go just for the intellect. Maximum intellect. That's usually the mage's way, I suppose. It could be a huge mistake, but... I suppose it will affect these points as well. So it might be actually handy to have more in these too. Abilities unlocked by your type can be active actions such as attacks or spell-like esoteries, or unique passive effects. Oh. Scan thoughts. The surface thoughts of most people or creatures you speak with appear in. Or creatures you speak with appear in conversation. I mean, this sounds like a handy. While speaking with the inhabitants of the night world, you will sometimes hear their thoughts. This is often helpful, though rarely appreciated. I suppose. Innervate. I know what this does in Hearthstone. Channel subtle esoteric through the body of an ally, purging most negative effects from them and healing their wounds. Oh. Huh. Heal would be nice. Can I pick two? I can, okay. Can I remove this one? Okay, game, you are your... I just wanted to try if I can pick two. I didn't want to pick it. I suppose I could go back, but that actually sounds kind of interesting anyway. Resourceful. Gain a +1 training level in cipher use skill. Allows you to carry additional ciphers. You know how to handle your ciphers and how to store them properly. Yeah, I don't know what the cipher is though, so... Adaptation. I mean, I'm gonna assume that there is no useless skills here, so... Innervate, scan thoughts. Sure enough. Let's do it. Character creation. Most skills increase your chance of success on specific kinds of actions and tasks, but some give other passive bonuses. Each skill starts at the novice level and can be increased to trained and specialized, granting greater bonuses at each level. And descriptors often leave some skills at the inability level, meaning they inflict penalties. When upgraded, these return to the novice level. Oh. So we actually have inability running. I mean, I don't run. I just don't. Lore machinery. Plus 15% bonus per level on difficult tasks marked with this ability. Inability confers -15 penalty. Academic knowledge of machines, mechanics, and the physical science. Academic knowledge of the natural sciences and physical creatures. Mystical. Academic knowledge of sciences that are not exactly physical or natural, including strange or transdimensional creatures. I mean, I gotta go with the machinery, right? So I got 1 point. Exploration skill, okay. I will go with the machinery. I was just trying, can I actually go for these ones, but I suppose not. All glaives receive training in weapon skills, okay. Assume these are weapon skills then. Although you chose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers in the mirror, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new one if you wish. Oh, it's the observant, okay. You pay attention to the smallest details, noticing clues that other often misses. I mean, sure, this is fine. Are you sure you wish to proceed? This is your last chance to change the last cast of character type or descriptor. Yeah, sure. Okay, so the character creation is over. What the... Okay. The Spectre. Everything about the Spectre figure seems dreamlike. His hazy silhouette, who seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. We weren't sure that would work. We pulled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. He glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I'll bet you got a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Okay. Before I met you, it felt like something was hunting me. Do you know what it was? He closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large black furious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. Huh. You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? After you wake up from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. Okay. What's a resonance chamber? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. What do you mean? Attune to the tides. Tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something, except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is, your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up. Okay. Who are those other people? You called them reflections. That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You will find reflections of people you knew. People you met in the real world, and with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why, it just happens. If this place is in my mind, why don't I remember any of this, any of you? It's your mind, a construction built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say, in the first place. This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me anyway. You'd probably know better since it's yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it will come to you later. Who are you? He pauses and looks down at himself, considering a long time before answering. I'm you. I'm a part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you with the memories of the others who are here. I don't know what happened next. How do you know all that you're telling me? He throws up his hand in frustration. I'm just part of you. I look at you and I know. This place was made for you, for us, and I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your questions, but that's all. So how do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it, and the whole tide thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What in the hell is that? God, it's the sorrow. Alright. The sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's severing their power. We have to get rid of them. Destroy its anchors or else the sorrow will erase us forever. Okay, so this is the crisis. A crisis begins when you enter into a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters where you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn you can take one slashing action to attack or activate an ability. You can also make one move. That reflection near you, kill it. You loosen the Sorrow's anchor. Use left click to attack an enemy and move to a position. Try clicking the highlighted circle now. Okay. Effort can be applied to attacks to increase your chance to hit. As with the auto task, each level of effort increases your chances by 20% at the cost of 1 point from stat pool. Unarmed attacks use speed, but other weapons and abilities may use might or intellect instead. I mean, they need to have this function in XCOM too. What in the... It's escaping. And it's going to hide inside your mind. Now run, get to the next one. You can sacrifice your action for the turn to double move instead of attacking. Yeah, double move, we know that. The movement preview line turns purple when over a position that requires a double move. Okay. I suppose I will just kill this. Onslaught! Choose a damage type, deal 5 damage of that type and go for a minor additional effect based on the choice. Okay, range medium. I don't know how many hit points these guys actually had. So maybe... When you apply effort to an attack, it also increases the damage you deal. Different weapons and abilities gain different amounts of bonus damage from effort. Yeah, but I don't know how much hit points these guys have, so... End turn. You already used your action this turn and you will need to wait until the next turn to deal with another reflection. You can move somewhere to spend your remaining move, but if you want to end your turn early, you can click End Turn. Oh, definitely did not need to do that. What is doing now? It is infecting it somehow. Feddles. Feddles are temporary conditions or status effects that can improve or reduce a character's stats. The Sorrow has just placed a Feddle on the remaining reflection. You can remove this Feddle, but you may find a way to overcome it. I mean... I can only use so many. Or 3 right now, so I'm assuming this is something you will level up later on. Huh. Take that. You pried it loose. That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. He holds his head in his hands. I can't believe it found us in here. He looks at you, terror in his eyes. That thing, the Sorrow, it's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep hunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it. But that's why the same chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome here. There. Go. Now. Okay. So I'm actually wondering if I can just save here, right here. I can. Sure. And I think that's enough for the first episode. I think I will do at least one more to really show the game, because this is just a character creation pretty much. But my voice is actually already gone from all that reading, so I'm gonna have to record it tomorrow, I suppose. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there, and tell me what you liked or if you like to see more of this game or not, I suppose. So, see you guys on the next video, I hope. Bye.